Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of this series where we are creating a web designer slash developer portfolio website. Today we're going to be working on the work section. Now, I was thinking about the work section. Here is our current sort of like page structure. And last time we finished the technologies, obviously, this part. And I was thinking about the work section, work mini section and the CTA section, and I thought we could mix them. So instead of having this structure, we can have a CTA section only, and inside of the CTA section, we can actually show some of the work. How, you might ask, and I'm going to show you. Like, I have a couple of ideas, but I think that would be a better page structure, and that will just take an extra scroll away from the user, so the user doesn't have to scroll like one extra time. That's a good idea overall. So yeah, so here this is sort of like still in the about section because I'm showing the work, so I'm just going to keep it there. Here, let's remove everything, and I'm going to call this let's move it down, and I'm going to call this the CTA section. Now for the CTA section, the way I thought of it is I want to obviously show my work, but I also want to show like a headline, a final headline that would like convince the user. And also I was considering to have like just a simple button instead of having the full form, because the form would have like here the form would have like a couple of inputs, so we can't really have them all inside of the section. It will feel cluttered. Also, I would remove this navbar, or at least move it somewhere else. The reason for that is I want to make space for the footer, and for the footer I'm not actually gonna have like many links and stuff like that. I'm basically just gonna have uh, like some social media. I'm gonna show you like the approach that other inspirations took was some sort of mini footer here. This was their call to action section, and a mini footer where they showed some socials. And I don't really need a local time. I get the points here. It's just to tell the user the availability at the current time. I get the points, but like I can neglect most of this stuff, and I can just focus on the socials here, I think. So instead, so I think a good way of incorporating this would be to just keep this here. Actually, we can do, let's just remove this as well and just say footer. Let's incorporate them to a single section. So we can take this and we can keep it here actually. Then I'm just gonna have two links, one to my Twitter or X. Some people still refer to it as Twitter, so it's worth just mentioning it as Twitter as well. Also, also I would like to have one for my YouTube. Maybe other links in the future, maybe Instagram. Yeah, I don't really upload much. I started uploading on Instagram actually, but as of late, I'm not really uploading much. But I think it's something worth having here. And let's give this 40 pixel gap here, and this will be social. So basically, this is everything I want from my footer. I'm not like a large corporation where I have a large site with a decently sized sitemap and stuff like that. So I think this is quite enough for me. Uh, Obviously, it's just the structure. We'll see how it turns out at the end. Okay, so following that, I will actually want the content. So I'm thinking to have the call to action section in the center, and it is surrounded by my work. So first, let's start from the call to action section. I'm going to start with a headline. Let's just say, let's work together. That's like the most obvious headline you could put in. I want to make it a bit bigger here. I'm not sure if I have that font. This is a bit too big. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe like this would work. Maybe something like this would work. Obviously, this might not even be the final font size. Maybe this would work actually. And I want a final call to action. And I believe I already have a call to action in my heroes. One thing here. I was thinking about the hero section. This quite the detour, but I was thinking to actually remove this. I didn't really see the value in it. It just felt to me like I was trying to fill out the space. So I'm just gonna remove that and give it more space to breathe. So I think this is the hero section. So a call to action. I need a call to action button, and I could use this for now. Obviously, this like probably looks nothing like what it's gonna be at the end. But for now, this is completely fine. You can just slap in a call to action here to identify the structure. And let's go 32 pixel gap and let us just center it. And here I want to move it up 14 pixels, so it's going to be minus 14 here, just because like this section has a 14 pixel height, so we need to balance it out. We have talked about that in the previous time. So this will be the call to action, the CTA. We can actually call this the main section of this part here. And actually now we want to have our work. So we can have two approaches to the work. One approach would be to have the portfolio sort of approach here, where we are having a screen covering it, what it's showing inside of a browser, and the other one is just the bland one here. And I don't really see why we would need some additional content if it's just aesthetics purposes and just final like cementing the user's decision to work with me. So this doesn't really need an introduction into this section, but I think in this case, you know what? I'm gonna draw inspiration from this website. He is using a very minimal sort of presentation in this sort of inside of it's a frame, as you can see. So we can do that actually. It seems like the easiest way to incorporate it here. But the way I want to incorporate it is having one row here and another row here. So you can see like I haven't really drawn much inspiration from that website as much as I hoped. Obviously, based on the structure and how like most of the thing I'm gonna take from this website is actually when I work on the accents and the base design. This is just a wireframe, so it's not gonna be showing up much. But like I'm actually drawing the core design style and design language from this website, and obviously the other websites I showed you. But for now, we're gonna do this our own way. This section I really like, so I want to incorporate it, albeit like in a different way. So here we can just copy this, paste it here, and I'm gonna flip this. So this will be the gray 800 and this will be the gray 300, and the black instead would be white. And here we would have 16 pixels all throughout as a padding. And if we just set this up properly, this will be our screen. So obviously obviously I just want to take this, duplicate it a couple of times. I want to take this like 32 pixel gap, and this will be the top row here. I want to move it something like this, and I want to duplicate this and just move it something like this. So here this will be the top row of, and this will be the bottom row. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to have these sort of, okay, yeah, let's just group them first of all into an auto layout. And what we can do here is actually move this like a bit, not that much, but we want to move it just a bit, and we want to move this one. Actually, the simplest way to show the separation in scrolling time, like the base idea here is I don't want these to be scrolling simultaneously. I want one of them to be scrolling ahead. So if I just duplicate this one time, and if I move it something like this here, then it won't really align perfectly here. So you can see if I have a line here, it's not aligning perfectly. So that's what I want. I want there to be a difference in the like in the speed of scrolling here. So yeah. Uh, Also, let's just rename this the CTA section in general, and just central line it. Okay. Also, I want to take this and I want to align it to the base center of our grid. Okay, obviously that would mess up some stuff here. Okay, mine's working. So we have to fix this again. It's just by doing that, by doing this. Okay. Yeah. So how much is the distance? I'm thinking 64 pixels. Again, center it and minus 14 here. And if I remove it, I'm really liking this. It looks like some sort of a movie. If you know, like the old movies, like on cards, where you shine a light on them to see the pictures. It looks like something like that here in the wireframe. I'm not sure if that will be the case when we translate it into the actual design. But for now, as the base design, this is completely fine. Obviously, this won't look anything when in the finished product. More specifically, the button needs some work. Like this is just a placeholder, pretty much. I think that's it, right? So here, this is the landing page. If I'm not forgetting anything here. Yeah, technologies was done last time, so yeah, plus footer. This is the landing page. Then there's the CTA page, portfolio, and work. But I want to do next up, I want to do the portfolio page. That will just take a single video. Then the work page. That will also probably just take a single video or two. And the CTA, which will probably just take another video, and we then have to move on to creating the mobile views uh, for these layouts, and it's a pretty like interesting thing to work on mobile views for such websites. Like if I didn't really notice the mobile implementation here. Obviously, it's very minimal. It's very minimal. Some Yeah, it's not really interaction heavy on mobile. It's much more structured, and that's like the thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be leaning heavily into structured layouts instead of like these sort of out of the box thinking and very interesting layouts. So yeah, after the mobile, obviously, we would have to go and work on the base design, then we're gonna have to add some accents. And again, please comment down below if you don't want this to be this slow. I know I'm making it slow. I just want to take it slow and just uh, provide as much value per video as possible. But if you want to have this faster, since there's so much to do, again, there's animation, there's development. If you want to have a faster series here on YouTube, please feel free to tell me and I'm gonna make it faster. I'm not sure if that would be something you enjoy. I'm going off purely of my experience as starting out on YouTube. If this was a resource I had when I was learning design, I would really love it, to see every step of the process. So again, comment down below your thoughts on the series and if you want anything changed, specifically the pacing. Yeah, overall, this is the wireframe for the landing page. Next up, we're going to be working on the other pages. Yeah, that's all I want to say. That's the video done. Till next time, goodbye.